What is up, you guys? Welcome to the Midnight Run, and we are talking about none other than The Mandalorian Chapter 13. Now, obviously, there was probably some other news that we could talk about, but this was the big enough episode where I feel that I want to dedicate the entire show to this episode and what it means for the whole Mandalorian universe, Star Wars, per se. And I'm joined here by Mad Matt Vids. What's up, Matt?
What up?
So
We're also doing this because we missed the watch party.
I know when you were out here, you can't control shit. Anyway, okay, so that's what you always say. But here's the thing. So I actually got home yesterday, but by the time I got home, I hadn't sent any links out. I hadn't notified anybody. So if I would have had it, Matt would have been there, Brian probably would have been there, then there would have been like 5 other people there, maybe. So I decided, you know what? It's Thanksgiving anyway. People are busy, hopefully, and
I saw you still do the grind an hour later. This is the best episode.
Oh, no, I still watched it. I mean, I wasn't not going to watch it. So going into the episode now, episode 13 called, what was it called again? It was called the Jedi. I mean,
the Jedi. Yeah.
I don't know how I got that one wrong. I know. Okay, you made your point. Whoa, don't fall off the table now, buddy. Okay, so the Jedi. So it starts off on, I forgot, and once again, I forgot the name of the planet they're on, but
yeah, I don't know the planet.
Yeah, and it starts off in the woods, and we have these soldiers which look kind of like droids. They're kind of like, I don't know if they are droids or not, and they're under attack, and you can't see who it is. Come to find out that they're being attacked by a Jedi, none other than Ahsoka Tano. Now, when Ahsoka shows up, she looks absolutely incredible. I mean, and this is from the opening shot when she attacks these soldiers, and she's just taking them down left and right. I mean, they don't stand a chance whatsoever. Against her. And,
I like how she vanished into the shadows as her lightsaber, and it just fades into the dust. It was super cool. It reminded me of Force Unleashed 2. I don't know if you played that game. There was a trailer where he disappeared and killed the stormtroopers, and it was just really cool. It reminded me of that. I thought it was really awesome.
Yeah, it was really kick ass. I mean, she would show up, she'd slice them up, and then she'd take off again, and then she'd be missing. She'd be vanish. And so it was really cool to see her in action, taking on those soldiers. I want to say there was about 5 or 6 of them she took on, and she pretty much kicked their ass. And then she kind of reveals herself, letting them know that the woman that she was going after, I forgot her name, this lady right here. And that she had that whole city or whatever you want to call it, she had control of them, and she was had them hostage. And
I'm surprised Ahsoka gave her a day. It's like, man, these people are suffering. We need to bust in now.
Yeah, and not to mention that the guy was, or the people who were in those cages, you had to stand straight up, otherwise you get shocked.
I think they were there for a whole day. Yeah.
I was like, God, that's horrible. I'd be pissed if I was in that. I'd be like, I'm so tired. All I want to do is lay down. Like really stand up for like 10 minutes at that.
Yeah.
So we know that Ahsoka is in the episode. So already it's starting off really cool. And then Mando and the child at this point, Baby Yoda, they show up, and he's there because he is trying to find a Jedi. Because who was it? Was it Bo-Katan who told him to come here to find Ahsoka? Yeah. And so he shows up here, and immediately he runs. Of course, on this planet is only one city, right? So he has to go into the same city. And what's cool is that that's when they meet Corporal Hicks, Michael Bihn's character, and that's when they talk about they basically hire him to kill Ahsoka, which that wouldn't have gone very well because Ahsoka probably would have whooped his ass. But so he not only him but her, whatever her name was. Anyone in the chat, if you guys know her name, let me know. But she did a great job though. And so they hire Mando to kill the Jedi, which we know now is Ahsoka. Now the thing is that she offered him that staff, that Beskar staff, which is pretty badass. And obviously, to me, this is foreshadowing the fact that he's going to have a weapon to fight against the Darksaber. And so that would be the weapon, as we saw her use that later on against Ahsoka when, they were doing their thing.
Yes.
So we know that Ahsoka's there, but we don't really know how she got there. We don't know how long she's been there either. But, she wants to stop this person, and we come to find out that she was what? She was the woman who was running that place into the ground, mind you. That she helped, was it finance or develop all like the this lady right here.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. What do you mean develop what?
No, remember, they were saying how she was why Ahsoka wanted to get her.
Yeah.
So we're off to a bad start already.
Yeah,
we're like, what are we doing?
Whatever her name is, whatever she did.
Yeah, that lady. So, and this is all the prep. This is all the prep that I was going to do today when I got out here, but then my kids woke up and I had to go inside. I had to run back out here last minute, so that part kind of sucked. But anyhow.
But she's like the apprentice to Thrawn. Her master is Thrawn or something. That was interesting. I was like, what?
That was very interesting.
I can't wait to see
him. End. Yeah. Oh, I know. And that was the biggest shocker of them all when she said that. But
yeah, I didn't expect that name drop.
No, I did not. And I was talking with Dawson. He was saying how he's like, I'm not sure why they had to say, or why Ahsoka had to say Grand Admiral Thrawn, but to me, I said no. It was important that he said that because I think that for me, I was wondering if she was going to say Grand Moff Tarkin. I mean, not Tarkin. Grand Moff Gideon. He's back. And so when she said Grand, I thought, okay, there's a chance that she's going to say Moff Gideon. Instead, she said, Thrawn. Admiral Thrawn, which I was like, holy shit, that was huge.
Yeah, there's a lot of man. the one thing that does bother me though with the look of Ahsoka is she looks too much like her Clone Wars counterpart, like her younger self. She doesn't look older like she did in Rebels or like she did in the Force Planet on Clone Wars, Altar of Mortis, when she saw herself in a vision. She doesn't. I think it was mainly because of choreography. Like I feel like if it was too big, it'd be like too heavy to carry or move around. It'd look weird if she moved around like that. I don't know.
Who are you talking about? Her headpiece?
Yeah, her headpiece. It should be bigger. She's older. That was her when she was like younger in Clone Wars.
Well, but the thing is that okay. So let's say you do. I mean, we don't know how they age, and
we do, man. Look at Shock T.
I know
we got Shock T.
No, but the thing is that do you really want that to be hella long and in the way? I do get what you mean. They basically took the character, how she looked in the animated series, and just made her into a real person.
And they did the same thing with Bo-Katan. She looks the exact same.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Yeah, and that kind of bothered me a little bit.
Well, because Rebels took place before Star Wars.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So you would think some time has gone by, right?
Yeah, they've been alive since the Clone Wars. Look at Obi-Wan. Look at Anakin. They look completely different.
Yeah, they look very weathered and old.
Yeah,
and she's just like rocking the same look. Like
yeah. She doesn't age.
Yeah,
but she looked amazing. She looked amazing. I want to keep that
amazing. I want to keep that out there.
Yeah.
But no, she did. She looked absolutely incredible.
Yeah. She killed it.
And there were some scenes that they had that I thought were really, really cool. The scene in which, when Ahsoka had the chance to talk to Baby Yoda, and you come to find out that he has a name.
Yeah. That threw Zever Fett out his chair. He's like, the name, because for a while he's like, oh, they're not going to name this kid. It's Palpatine. He's gonna possess this kid, and he's gonna be the new Palpatine.
And you know what? I'm sorry, but just because he kept saying he's a clone, I have to do it.
I saw you itching on the mouse.
Yeah, he's out. It's out. I had to drop it on him. No, because I mean, at the end of the day, he wasn't a clone.
Yeah, he's been alive since the Clone Wars, Coruscant.
Yeah,
yeah.
And we find out that he was on Coruscant, that he was a part of the Order. Yeah. And he had a full-on pass, which is really cool. But it goes to show you that his species ages extremely slow.
Yeah, which is really cool. I mean, because we don't really know too much about Yoda. I don't want to know a lot about Yoda, but the aging is cool. I like that about the species.
Nick, I'm gonna watch the fight tomorrow. What fight? With Ahsoka and the other lady? The name I can't remember. Andre, just dropped to show my support. I can't say because I'm still on season 1. Okay, well, Joker. Yeah. Before you go though, man, make sure you smash the like button. All right, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson is the best thing ever to happen to Star Wars. Dave did a fantastic job in episode directing. Yes, Dave Filoni did direct the episode. I thought he did a phenomenal job. I thought the episode went the pacing of it and everything about the episode I absolutely loved. It was really cool. I thought that, I was talking with Dawson about this earlier today, was that I felt that these characters, right? So we're talking about the Filoniverse characters, characters that he developed in the animated series. I feel like I have a stronger connection to those characters than any of the characters that they developed in the sequel trilogy.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah,
100%. I mean, Ahsoka, in my opinion, was more important and meant more to me, like when I saw her, than Rey ever did. Yeah. There was so much more behind that. Like when you saw Ahsoka, like there's so much more history behind that. And I think maybe that goes to show you that in this day and age, if you're going to have a set of movies based on Star Wars, that maybe the movies is not the way to go anymore, because people want more explanation when it comes to these type of stories. Now, granted, and I was telling your dad this earlier, we had like 30 years to read novels, to read, encyclopedias about Star Wars, to read magazines, to read, different takes on everything. So we had time to absorb all of the innuendos of the Star Wars universe. Yeah. When you start a new trilogy, you can't do that with just a 2-hour movie. You can't. There's too much going on unless, you go to Zack Snyder route and your movie is like 3.5, 4 hours long. Then you have enough time to kind of develop not only just a story, but you're able to develop, just more to it.
Especially if you want to like last episode show that she has healing abilities. It's like, where the hell did that come from? With Rey healing the snake or whatever. It's like, where did that come from?
and even that alone, I mean, like the whole sequel trilogy, in my opinion, is a huge train wreck. I thought The Force Awakens was good.
Oh yeah, it was a good start.
But for sure, The Last Jedi took all of the stories, or all of the plot points that JJ had set up, and they basically just said, "Okay, that's great. We're gonna put that over there, and I'm gonna do my own thing now. I'm gonna do everything that you thought that I would never do. That's what we're gonna do." And so that's why, I mean, look, I know people like Enosh has his point of view on the sequel trilogy and on The Last Jedi. He makes really good points, and I'm not saying that he doesn't, but to this day, I still do not like The Last Jedi. I don't.
I mean, I the only thing I like most is the character Ben Solo. I think his character is just amazing in the sequel trilogy. He will be what I remember if I had thought about the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, he had a bigger impact than Rey did. Yeah.
I think it would have been better if they swapped sides. Rey kills Emperor Palpatine. She sees Ben last second. She gets possessed. Dark side. Holy shit, they're screwed. Like, I would have been hyped for the next trilogy then if Rey went dark. But yeah, whatever. It would have been cool if they flipped, because we've never seen that before.
He could have been killed by Anakin if he wasn't saved. What are we talking about?
He could have been killed by Anakin if he wasn't saved. He could have been killed.
The Barcy, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you mentioned it earlier.
Baby Yoda,
Grogu.
Yeah,
and that's the other thing too. Okay, now why do you name a character like? Look, it sounds like Goku. So any Dragon Ball fan is gonna say.
My dad said Gohan.
or Gohan.
Gohan. Yeah, Gohan. Goddamn.
I'm telling you, any Dragon Ball fan, when they heard his name, Grogu. Yeah, Grogu. Immediately is what they were saying.
Not cool. Not cool.
Because I mean, now you're encroaching on another franchise like Dragon Ball. You can't do that. But you know, it's fine. Baby Yoda's cool. Grogu.
At least it's not a Y name. You know, Yoda, Yadel.
Oh my god! Can you imagine if it was like his name is Yindel? Like, oh god,
Yogu.
Yeah, Yogu. Oh, that would have been horrible. Well, so I did think that the fight between, or the little skirmish between Mando and Ahsoka was really cool. It actually showed you that he can hold his own against a Jedi, because she was like, you know, when she showed up,
she was going ham, man. I was like, that's not the Jedi way.
His best car was the Jedi way. She came right for for blood. She was like, I'm gonna kill you.
She was,
and he was it. Yoda 2.0. But I love how the Disney rule was broken and Ahsoka just beheaded nearly everyone. Oh yeah. I mean, she was slicing everybody up like Swiss cheese. He was just
that's definitely
which
Anakin's,
was cool.
Padawan. That's definitely his Padawan.
So they have a skirmish, and then he kind of says, here, I'm not here to fight you. And then, he introduces the child to Ahsoka. And I thought that, already I was already enjoying the episode quite a bit. Let me see if I can find this one clip. So she talks to him, and I like how she kind of goes into this whole thing about how she doesn't want to train him. But then I kind of felt like at the same time, like, okay, I feel like we've seen this already. We've seen I cannot train him.
Oh,
it's kind of like, okay, we're doing this again,
okay, Luke Skywalker.
Like, here we go, Luke and Anakin. So like, he's Anakin now, like he's evil. I sense much fear in him. I'm like, well, come on, like, how really? He looks like awfully nice. I mean, yeah, he ate the embryos or whatever.
If I take him away from the show, he's gonna go evil.
Yeah, I know. He will go evil like you would not believe. Yeah, but so she's questioning about training him, which I understand, and obviously he's older, but then again, he's already been through some training as it is, because he was at the Jedi Academy, and they were able to actually communicate with each other, which was really cool. So that part I liked a lot. Let me see. Hold on. What's this? That's not it. So that I liked how she was able to communicate with Grogu. Let me see. Grogu. I'm gonna see if I can find the clip where she says his name. But that was a really cool part. I liked how she says it, and she says it like so casually. You're like, wait, what? And
I love how the kid reacts to it. He's like, what? Grogu, what?
Yeah, he's like, huh? Yeah. Like, oh, yeah. Now you respond.
Yeah.
And
but it's like, so does he understand? Oh no, because he's still kind of like a child. He still doesn't really like know. I mean, even though he's like 50 years, he's still, like it's like he's like a 5-year-old, I guess, which is interesting.
Yeah, he's like a 5-year-old. And so she's able to talk with him and communicate with him, which is really cool. Essentially using the Force to do so. But you find out his name, which is Grogu, which I think was pretty cool that they actually gave him a name. That was the first shocker. I was just like, oh, his name? Because he's like, wait, what did you say? And he's like, his name is Grogu. He's like, Grogu.
He keeps saying Grogu. It's Grogu.
Grogu. What? I'm still screwing it up. Grogu. I mean, come on. Like, even Filoni, like, nobody said, like, hey, that kind of sounds like Goku from Dragon Ball.
It is what it is.
Maybe somebody did, maybe they did, and he was just like this.
No shit.
He's like, just go with it already. God, shut up.
Just go with it.
So Grogu, right? Grow and then goo, like slime.
Yeah. Goo goo gaga.
Goo goo gaga. And he's a baby. He's a baby Yoda. He's a child. So we learn his name, and we learn that he has a strong connection with Mando, which we sort of already knew. But it's so strong to the point where when she's trying to get him to use the Force, he's not doing it. And then she says, why don't you ask him? And he's like, oh, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Well, I'm too cool for that. I'm too cool.
Mando.
Mando, what are we talking about? Who are you? And then we have this scene here where he actually does get him to do the Force. Let's take a look at that.
That's right. Take it. Come on. You can have it. Come on.
Takes the helmet off. Imagine.
She's like, no. All right, that's the end of that.
Yeah.
So that was cool that it showed that his connection to Grogu was that strong, where he felt like he wanted to do that. Who you got, Nick? Tyson or are they really fighting each other? Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. That's like really weird because they're both hella old and past their prime, but it sounds pretty cool. My money is on Roy Jones because I think he's got more stamina and he'll last longer, while Tyson will just end up getting tired after like 1 minute. And then
nibble on his ear.
Yeah, he'll nibble on his ear. He'll give him an appetizer.
Yeah.
So we saw that they have a strong connection, and so at that point, I mean, it was pretty obvious that, hey, look, there's no way that they're going to break these two up. Like, these two are stuck together, and I don't know what they're going to do with them at that point. But to me, it's just I don't know where it should go with the characters.
Do you think they're going to show Ezra or Luke? Because they say they're going to go to this temple and there's going to be a Jedi that might hear them.
Okay, so
or find them.
About that. Okay, so at the end of the episode, she tells, and then we're really jumping around here, but at the end of the episode, she tells Mando, Ahsoka does, that to go to Tython, to go to this old Jedi temple.
Yes.
And there he can communicate with the Force, and the Force will show him, will basically tell him where to go.
Yeah.
And he said a Jedi might reach out, maybe reach out to him and seek him out. Now Reese has a good point. He says, I hope that the Jedi Cal, I forgot his last name, but Cal from Fallen Order would find out, would be the one who comes. I don't think it will be Cal because even though he's played by an actor, you're talking about bringing in a character from a video game that only so many people played. I have the game. I didn't even finish the damn game because I went against this one bad guy and I couldn't beat him because I rushed through the game, and because it sort of has an RPG element where like you got to spend time building up your character's skills, and I didn't do that. I had a rush through the game, and then I got to a point where I was totally stuck. So I'm gonna have to redo all that. But so. What was I going with this? So Cal, I don't think is going to be the Jedi that answers the call. Now I could be dead wrong. Now the other person that everyone's been talking about is Ezra Bridger. But remember, okay, so Enosh had an amazing point earlier today on Point Extra Lounge, and I was in the chat and talking with them as well. But he had a really good point. He said, "You guys remember at the end." Or in Empire, in Return of the Jedi, when Yoda died, he told Luke, "When I die, the last of the Jedi you will be." So now that, as we know with Jedis, they tend to say things from a certain point of view. Now we know that Ezra was never made a Jedi. He was never proclaimed a Jedi. So in a sense, Yoda wasn't wrong. And neither was Ahsoka. Remember, Ahsoka was never made a Jedi. She left the Jedi. She left them.
Yeah.
She left them. I'm not going to go there, but
in which, okay, if she left the Order, why would she train the kid? I never quite understood that.
Well, who else is going to train a Mando?
She would have already started her own little academy if that were the case, right?
Well, and the thing with her is that where has she been? You know what I mean? It's like the whole original trilogy has gone by, and where were you at? Like, where were you at for Yavin 4? Where were you at during the Battle of Endor? I mean, she had to have been somewhere, wherever it was. We know that before A New Hope, at the end of Rebels, that she went with Sabine to go find Ezra. And obviously she didn't find him because I mean,
she gave up.
Yeah, she's like, oh man.
We don't know where Sabine is. We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know where Sabine is at. Now, a question I have for you, Matt, and a question for everyone in the chat as well. So please give me your answers in the chat. What's up, MX Bravo? Do you think, one, will we see more Ahsoka in this season? And two, do you think that they're setting this up to where she will have her own show moving forward? Matt, what do you think?
First one, I think she'll make an appearance again, Bo-Katan and her, to fight Gideon or something like for the season finale. Will she have her own series? I don't think she will. I really don't think so. No. I mean, unless we're gonna unless that series would show us how she passed away and died, so that way she communicate with Rey and Rise of Skywalker, then sure.
Well, she does die.
Yeah. I mean, if we get an ending for her, sure, I'm all for a series. But if not, then I can live with that.
But the problem is that I felt like her when she battled, when she had that battle with Darth Vader, with Anakin.
Yes.
That to me, that was a better way for her to go. Obviously, she didn't die.
Yeah. Even though, it would have. I think it would have added so much more to Vader if that were the case. If he killed his apprentice, I'd be like, wow. Like,
but see, this is my issue, Barcy. This is my issue is that now that you've brought Ahsoka back, right?
Yeah.
Now you can't kill her off because if you kill her off, I feel like tons of fans are going to be like, "Oh, this is stupid. This is stupid." Because I mean, at this point now, I feel like Ahsoka has become within this show. She's become the new Luke Skywalker. I mean, you don't want her to die because you saw how they destroyed the other characters. You don't want to see her character get ruined. And so far, she's only been in one episode, but she was pretty freaking badass in this episode.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely like that shot right there when she took it out, kind of like similar to Rebels, where she had two lightsabers, took them out, and came out like that. That was really cool.
Yeah, I know. She was awesome.
It was a really cool shot.
And I liked how they stayed true to her character in the sense that when she would get into her lightsaber battles, that she would hold her sabers with the blade down like this.
Yeah.
And I also liked how when she was in the last battle with this woman here, which I forgot her name, unfortunately, that after she knocked out, one of her lightsabers into the water. I like how when she had one saber left, she's holding it, because she's had it in her left hand, and they're getting ready to have to go at it again. She takes the lightsaber and she flips it the other way, so now it's facing down. And so they made a point to show that she prefers it facing that direction. When she flipped it over, I was just like, yes, that's so badass because that's how Ahsoka fights. She has the blade down, and they made sure to show her like flip it over again because she's like, oh, I'm gonna flip this down because I'm about to tear this lady up.
I mean, it could go either way with her having a spin-off series. I mean, she could just have an appearance in this season like Maul did in Solo. That's it. A one and done kind of thing.
But see, the fact that they cast Rosario Dawson to play her, I don't see why they would cast such they would cast an actor like that and then say, okay, you're only gonna be here for a couple episodes, then we're gonna kill you off. I hope she gets her own show, but I don't know if they will or not. But I think that there's a lot that could be done with her character. Not only that, but now we can see what happened when her and Sabine went to go find Ezra. Now we can follow that story in live action.
Yeah.
And that's going to take place during the original trilogy. So now you can have parts of their story cross over with the original trilogy story as well. Because, I mean, we don't, the times in between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, you have those periods in which you can actually integrate these characters into it. Now, obviously, they didn't mention them at all in the movies, but I think there's a way to get around that. So I still think that you have potential to really kind of build these characters up and have plenty of room to do so. But I think that the main thing, though, is when she says a Jedi will find you. Now, we know that there isn't really any Jedi. In fact, according to Yoda, the only Jedi left is Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
So what are the odds that she's talking about Luke Skywalker?
I mean, they did mention him in episode 1. I mean, whenever you saw the Death Star explode, you see the text mention Luke Skywalker revolving around the Death Star in that hologram from from the bar scene. Yeah, Zod caught it, man. He told me about it.
What?
yeah. It's in the Star Wars language. I don't know the Star Wars language, but his name was.
He read it in the Star Wars language.
Yeah. Oh, he saw that somewhere, I think. But yeah.
It said Luke Skywalker?
Yeah. Revolving around the Death Star whenever they were in that bar and they were celebrating the destruction of Death Star 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So his name was mentioned. So he maybe, who knows?
Yeah, it was softly mentioned.
Yeah, softly mentioned.
In the background. They could always tie it into the sequel trilogy and have her die by the Knights of Ren. I mean, the Knights of Ren were garbage at this point. If they're the ones who kill Ahsoka, I'd be like, dude, this sucks.
Yeah, that's terrible, man.
She sucks. Come on.
They couldn't even beat Kylo with a lightsaber. How are they going to beat freaking Ahsoka? Come on now.
No, I mean, I really hope not, because if they show up, I mean, I don't see how they could beat her. I mean, if they showed up, they'd seem like this, like,
let's kick some ice.
And then she would kick all their asses, like, ah! And that was the other thing too with the sequel trilogy is that, to me, they didn't really expand upon the Knights of Ren all that much. They just sort of left them as like, oh yeah, there's those guys, they're pretty cool, and we're all black. That's cool, right?
They looked awesome.
They looked awesome, you know.
No shit.
They looked awesome, but that was about it.
But just like Ahsoka did to Mando for a little bit, that same thing would happen. They'd all die.
Yeah, they'd all die. They'd all die. Wait, I didn't know about this. You didn't know about what?
The name around the Death Star.
Yeah, I neither did I. Let me look this up. Hold on a minute.
It's what I was told.
Let me see. Well, if Zod told you that,
I didn't know about that either.
He's probably telling the truth. I mean, I don't see why he would lie about that. Let's see. Luke Skywalker name in Mando chapter 13. My internet's ringing a lot better now because I told everyone to get off. Let's see. I don't know. Easter egg references. See if you can find it as well. This is the siege. That's not what I want. We're all hella quiet trying to find on the internet.
Guys, it's hard. Blah.
And guys, if you haven't done so yet, smash the like button. Hit the reminder button as well, so that you're notified of any new content that this channel puts out. And also, do me a huge favor, guys. Tweet out the link to this stream. Let everybody know that we're live and we're talking about Mandalorian Chapter 13. Probably, I think, obviously, to me, it's the best episode of the season. Probably one of the best episodes of the entire series as well. I really, really enjoyed this one a lot. Let's see.
God, I wish he was up so I could just ask him.
What?
Freaking Zod, see where the hell he saw it.
I know. Let me see.
Sites right now. Hold on.
Oh, this is it right here. This is the one. So there were a lot of things that I liked about the episode, because they were able to touch on a lot of things that the other episodes couldn't do, that because you had a character who had been in contact with some of the original characters. What says, at this point, I am very happy with delving into TCW endlessly. What's TCW?
Clone Wars?
The Clone Wars. What's TCW? Yeah, the Clone Wars. Oh, yeah, the Clone Wars is awesome. It should have never been canceled. Oh, well, I mean, they released the last season recently.
Yeah, but it was so unfinished, man. I really wanted Dave to do his last 2 seasons at least. I wanted to see
it was weird.
in the head. That would have been so fun. Cool.
It was weird. Yeah, they kind of rushed through the whole thing. Or it would improve Kylo's character for her to be the first kill, since he has the delusion that he has to finish what Vader started. What are you talking about?
Ahsoka.
But you want Kylo to kill Ahsoka? I mean, I guess it's possible. But you know, so going back to the whole thing about the reference of the Jedi. I mean, if you think that whatever, Barcy, if you I'm tired, all right. But guys, do you think that Luke Skywalker is going to be brought into the show, into this universe? I think at this point he has to. You go out, you get someone like Sebastian Stan or someone who looks like him, and you make it happen. Because at this point, the way that they treated his character in the sequel trilogy, he needs a little bit of redemption. I mean, if you were able to bring him back and show story that he was involved in, to me, that's such a plus. It's such a bonus to see more Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
and now you get to see him younger and being able to do things that he didn't get a chance
and
to do.
More hopeful
in the movies and more hopeful. I know.
Love to see that.
I know Kylo couldn't kill Ahsoka.
Yeah,
he couldn't kill Finn. Like Finn took him out. I'm like, what? You know, that was the thing that really pissed me off.
By a girl that never even wielded a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Snoke said that, man. Come on.
Okay, DC writes, could Mace Windu feel Grogu, as he puts, force power? We never see him dead. Who? Mace Windu's dead.
People want him to come back.
I mean, DC, I see where you're going, but like, dude, I don't think Mace Windu's going to come back. He flew out of a building. And also too, his storyline of being alive is not canon. So
Star Wars Theory is making it canon.
Yeah, Star Wars Theory is making it
with
canon.
His fan films, they're amazing, by the way.
They really, really are. But I mean, look. So like last night, for instance, he was he went live after the episode was over and doing like a kind of recap of the whole thing. That fucking guy. I mean, hey, more power to him, man. Like a great job. But he had 20,000 people watching him. I was like, you have got to be kidding me.
What's wrong with him? What? What do you mean?
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. He's a great guy, man. I love watching him.
8 people in the chat right now. Can you imagine having 20,000? And and he's just like, yeah, no, that's cool. I think so. Was Order 66 hat, Yeah. Ahsoka could kill Kylo easily. Yeah, I agree. He really could. Yeah. Nick, look at my question. I just did. Mace is beyond dead. Yeah, Barcy. Yeah, I agree. Mace Windu, he's dead. Like that's flat out. We
thought Maul was beyond dead.
Yeah, Mace Windu is as dead as Dick Grayson is dead in the Snyderverse. Much to Ryan's chagrin. Did you see the leak scenes from the 1313 pilot? We really missed out on this. Felt like the cross between the Clone Wars and Battlestar. I don't know what that is. What are you talking about, MX? There was a leak scene from 1330. What's 1313? Chapter 13? Is it chapter 13? Minute 13?
The only 13 and 13 I know is the Boba Fett game. I don't know anything else. That's Star Wars 1313.
What's up, Zentech? It's good to see you here, man. So the other part that I liked too was that in this episode, Ahsoka made references to not only Anakin Skywalker, but she made a reference to Yoda as well.
Yes.
And the way it was done was very it was done very well. It was vague enough to the point where it still evoked kind of emotions from the viewer, because those are characters that you're attached to.
Yeah.
In fact, let's see. I have one of the episodes queued up right now. Actually, let's see, where'd it go? Oh no, it's over here. Let me move it over here. There we go. Full screen that. And there we go. Okay, so here is that episode that we're talking about, or that scene that is. Here it is.
I've only known one other being like this. A wise Jedi master named Yoda.
I love the subtle music too.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I don't know what that is. But just, the subtle music that came in, it was just like, oh my God. It like I had a lump in my throat. I was just like, oh God, it's Yoda.
And, that was the Yoda reference. What? I was
What are
expecting
you?
we just watched it.
We just watched it. She said his name. I mean, what else? You want him to show up like?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm joking Yoda. But no, that was it. But I thought that was really cool. I liked that she talked about Anakin Skywalker because she said that he has much fear in him. The last person I met that had this much ability with that much hate, I think she said, or had that much whatever
fear, hate, suffering.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that in freaking tribute Star Wars videos. Her lines, oh my god, it's gonna be so cool.
But think about this now. So if in fact we do get to see Luke Skywalker in this series, okay, now if we get to see Luke, do you think that? Or just imagine if we have a Luke meeting Ahsoka moment.
Yeah, that'd be a cool moment because I mean she knew Anakin, and I think it'd be great. I'd honestly love to see it.
That would be like the scene that I'm dying to see. Is imagine if they spoke to each other. And
I would love to see their interaction. That would be amazing.
Because then it brings everything full circle. Because you've watched her interact with Anakin only on the animated side.
Yeah.
Now to see her interact with his son Luke Skywalker would just be. It would be amazing. I mean, I oh my god, I'd scream. So the other big reference, I mean, so we saw there was Yoda reference, there was a Anakin Skywalker reference. So already they're on the right track. They're referencing these characters that we all know. There's obviously, I guess there was a Luke Skywalker Easter egg in there. Wait,
yeah,
you haven't found it yet? Keep searching, Orky, you'll find it. What's this? Geeks. The only videos I see about there is no Mace Windu. And
Mike Zero. Yeah, you need to get that out of here right now.
Get that out of here. So there is a third major reference in the episode. And it comes towards the very end of the episode when Ahsoka wins her battle against the other bad guy lady. And here it is right here. And she makes a statement that I literally screamed out. I was watching it on my iPad with my headphones on. And when she says this, I was like, oh my God. And my wife was like, what happened? I was like, no, I'm watching Mandalorian. Stop. So here is that scene right here. And we'll play it right now. What? I can't do it on that one. There it is.
Now tell me. Where is your master? Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
I mean, when that happened, I was like, I mean, that was insane. To know that Grand Admiral Thrawn exists, we will see a live action version of him because obviously he's not dead. She's still finding him, but it also begs the question: her and Sabine went to go look for Ezra, who was with Thrawn at the end of Rebels when they shot off into hyperspace with the space whales, and I don't know where they went.
Didn't Sabine have the dark saber after it ended?
Yes, she did.
So then, how did died? Maybe
I don't think she. I mean, well, she could have died. I don't think she did though. I mean, to me,
I don't know, man.
She's a cool enough character where it's like, do you want to kill her off ahead of time, or do you want to bring her back? You want to bring her back. She probably got her ass kicked or got beat up by Moff Gideon or somehow, and then he ended up getting it from her. But remember now, Bo-Katan is trying to get that darksaber from him.
Yeah,
she wants that back because that was hers originally, and then she gave it to
Sabine.
Sabine. But that again begs the question. Is Sabine alive? Because I mean, if Bo-Katan is trying to get the darksaber, does that mean that Sabine is not around to get it? Meaning, like, you killed Sabine, so now I'm gonna kill you and take the darksaber back from you. I don't know,
man. That'd be a first for Filoni characters to die, man. I don't know.
I mean, these are like his kids. You know what I mean? These are the characters that he made. So,
Oh, also, okay, a quick question for you.
What?
For Thrawn, do you think they're going to save him for Mando or the Ahsoka spinoff series if they do Ahsoka?
Oh, he's gonna be in Mando. He has to be.
You sure?
But see, here's my thing though, is that at what point are how do I say this the right way? At what point do you run the risk that you're introducing characters that are bigger than the main character of Mando? Because already, even in this episode, he was kind of overshadowed by Ahsoka. I mean, in my mind, he was. I felt I was more intrigued on what Ahsoka was doing than what Mando was doing, because he has no abilities. He just has, his armor is badass. He's got weapons. Yeah. It's kind of like that whole, when you compare, like when you have Batman who's a badass, and then you have Superman who has just all kinds of crazy abilities. So it's kind of like, okay, well, you know what I mean? Like she was incredible in this episode, and he was too, but she just was bigger. And my fear is that if you keep introducing these characters, like let's say you bring in Ezra, you bring in Sabine, you have Ahsoka already there, and then later on you get like Luke Skywalker. Is Mando gonna end up taking a back seat? Like,
yeah, that would suck. I would
Mando's here too. Remember, guys? Remember Mando with Baby Yoda? He's like, and then pretty soon you're like, oh yeah, there was those two guys. I forgot all about them. My bad, because these two are the heart of the story.
Yeah,
remember that. As much as we want to see more Ahsoka, it's all about these two. And so they have to kind of confirm that is, because there was no way that he was going to go with her. There was no way. I mean, I knew it watching it. I was like, there's no way that Grogu is going to leave with Ahsoka. There's no way.
Yeah, no way.
Because then the show would take not horrible. It would take a totally a different turn. And on top of that, I actually felt that when Mando went back to go get Grogu, I keep wanting to say Grogu, but to get Grogu from the Razor's Crest.
Yeah,
I thought for sure that Moff Gideon was already going to be there. That he was going to have him like dun dun dun, like he has him.
Because they have a tracker or something.
They have a tracker.
Right? Yeah,
and he left him in the ship by himself.
I thought the Dark Troopers were for sure going to like fall down and get him or something.
It's like he made Baby Yoda, he made Grogu a latchkey baby. I mean, he left him there and locked the door and said, don't open the door for anybody. Come on. Now, what did you think of Michael Bihn's character?
Yeah, he was all right. I liked. I thought the one line was goofy. Who do you think's gonna win? I think it should have cut away after he said that, and then it just back to him fighting. I thought that was pretty funny. But other than that, I thought he was okay. Yeah, I'm definitely forgettable. I mean, nothing I'm gonna remember from him.
Geeks, I don't know. You want Michael Douglas as Thrawn? I think that's. I don't know if that's the right casting, but if it works, it works. I'd
like to see Benedict Cumberbatch as Thrawn.
I think Cumberbatch.
Yeah, his voice range is amazing. I think he'd be able to do it.
He would be a phenomenal Thrawn.
Yeah,
because he would just be so menacing right off the bat. You'd be like, oh god,
that'd be really cool.
But the question is still, is still out there on what happened with him and Ezra.
Yeah.
What happened? Count Grogu.
Yeah.
How can we forget? Boba Fett is still out there. Now, that's the other question. Do you think that we'll see Boba Fett again in this?
Hell yes, man. I think as soon as Mando goes back to that stupid planet to help that guy, because he says he hopes he meets the Marshal again. The Marshal, whoever the Marshal was.
But why would he go back there? Why would he go back to see the Marshal? Like, what significance do we have on?
It's going to be a distress signal, cry for help. He's going to come back. Village is messed up. Boba Fett's going to take the kid. Gone. Cliffhanger.
Yeah,
I'm so hell bent on this cliffhanger.
I definitely think that if he has another interaction with Boba Fett, that Boba Fett is going to steal Baby Yoda, Grogu.
He might do the holiday special and befriend him and then betray him. He might do that.
I definitely think so.
I definitely wanted to end off on a cliffhanger where he takes the kid and he beats Mando. That's it. And it'd be cool if he got something memorable from him as well on like his armor. Kind of like a
Mando.
Yeah, on Mando. Yeah, like this is how you're gonna remember Boba Fett. Oh yeah, that happened to his armor.
Oh yeah, like he's got some kind of scar.
Yeah.
Okay,
he's gonna have a dented helmet.
A dented helmet.
That'd be cool.
I think everyone will be fine. I think everyone will be in the finale again. Fingers crossed. You know, it's possible that's going to happen. I don't know if it is going to happen or not. I don't know, man. It's just that's a lot of characters to cram into the end of the show. Because I mean, I don't think. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I mean, also, is Bo-Katan and her little posse, are they going to show up again too? Like, hey!
I think they will. Yeah.
Like, where is Moff Gideon?
They have a common enemy.
But my worry is that at the end, if everyone is there, right? I think that Bo-Katan's going to die. I think Moff Gideon is going to kill her.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna. I mean, that's Katie Sackhoff. I mean, like you can only keep her on the show for so long, and they're gonna kill her off because everyone, every nerd's attached to her at the hip. So if she dies, they're like, no.
And then Mando will have the Darksaber.
Yeah,
and no helmet because he's a part of that creed now. He's not with Death Watch.
Well, that was pretty funny though. He's like, take it. Even with his helmet off.
Yeah.
but so there's a lot of characters to cram into one episode, even if it's a 2-hour episode, which it's not, or if it's like an hour and a half
episode.
That's a long time. That's a fucking movie. So I mean, the ending is going to be at least an hour long episode, at least an hour. I would imagine.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
But I mean, that's a lot of characters to jam in there. I mean, you're talking about Ahsoka, you're talking about Bo-Katan and her 2 other friends, and you got who else would be in there? Boba Fett,
possibly,
yeah. The Marshal, possibly,
the Marshal, Carl Weathers. What's her face?
Gina Carano.
Yeah, Gina Carano.
Yeah, her. That's 8 fucking characters, and not to mention you still have Mando and Grogu. That's it. And then after that, you would have Moff Gideon.
Yeah,
that's 11. And then all of his dumb stormtroopers who can't shoot for.
And then Thrawn? No.
And then Thrawn is like. So okay. So guys, Matt and everyone in the chat who's still here, only 9 of us here. So it is Friday night, so everyone's probably out just getting, having fun, whatever. So the question is too, is that do you think that will Moff Gideon's story continue onto season 3, or do you think they're going to end his story? They're going to defeat him so that they can open the door for Thrawn to return.
I think it'll open up to Thrawn. Gideon will lose, and that'll be a bigger bad to face. That's the route I think they'll go.
Or it's like you said, if they do an Ahsoka show, maybe he's the backup. But then I feel like if that's the case, then you're essentially just making a Rebel show live action.
Yeah.
And you've kind of already done that.
Gosh, I mean, I just want to see her have a conclusion. I want to see her have an end. Like, I want to see it. I don't want her just like off in the wind wherever Filoni wants her to go,
But I think that if you have both characters, right? So between Moff Gideon and Grand Admiral Thrawn, who do you think should be the one that kills her?
It'd have to be Thrawn. I feel like he's more of a threat, right?
I mean, they did show that he has the ability to fight. I mean, because they were showing. Remember in Rebels, he was training like some kind of martial arts. or whatever.
Yeah.
So he knew how to fight.
And he studies the history of everything. He loves that.
Yeah, and he actually fought against I think it was Ezra he fought against. Or it was Kanan. One of them remember, like he was training and they showed up and he started fighting one of them. I forgot who it was. But he can hold his own, basically. But lost connection, who? Did I lose connection?
No, I think he lost connection.
Oh, well, nothing new there. So,
but wait, man, I don't know, man. I don't know if Thrawn would kill her though. Like, gosh, I don't know who would kill her. I don't know. I don't know what to answer. I think Thrawn would be the best choice because I don't see anyone else who can.
Well, MX
Looks like
Bravo says, I gotta say, I love the fact that Favreau keeps bringing back all those beloved characters from back in the day and doing them right. Exactly.
I think it's mainly Filoni, and he's like giving he's like I think Filoni's heavily in his ear about that. Like,
yeah, no, but they're doing it right. They're not doing it where it's you know,
100%.
it's not done in a dumb way. I want one of the episodes to be Mando hunting down one of ET's. Oh God, Reese, I should have read that before I highlighted it. Reese, this is what you get for that comment right here. ET's race. Get out of here with that. Let's see. The making of
those are Dark Troopers, man.
They're Dark Troopers, but we saw them before in Rogue One. Those were Death Troopers. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Death Troopers. I would love to see like how these two compare. Who's a better killing machine, the Death Troopers or the Dark Troopers? Love to see that.
You know, one question that was kind of brought up to me by Matt Jarbo was that the Death Troopers or the Dark Troopers that we see at the end of Chapter 12 was their armor Beskar armor.
Ooh, that
because that's a game changer. Because then that means that now Ahsoka she can't just like slice them up.
Yeah. Wow.
And so now, and Mando just can't shoot them like while you're dead. Now it's like
that's
like,
definitely a threat. Then that I'm excited even more. That's crazy.
Because and he brought that up, and I think it's a good point because we see that the Empire is heavily invested into Beskar. I mean, it's been brought up how many times so far this season? At least
on how rare it is and how valuable it is now. Yeah,
and they made a huge point to talk about that in season 1. So I think that is going to play somewhere into this. And do I know for sure? I don't, obviously, but I think that if those guys are made of have Beskar armor, it's going to make them so much more menacing because now they're going to be like the Terminator, where it's like, you know, you can't stop them with just regular weapons. You know, with these weapons, I don't know. See, if they would have kept Michael Biehn alive, and they had him going against the Dark Troopers who were like Terminators, that would have been perfect. He'd have been like, "Come with me if you want to live." But no, he's dead. He got blown away.
He's an idiot.
He got lit up.
I mean, I never lost hope for Mando winning that. I mean, he's had how many freaking standoffs? I mean,
exactly. Like when he was doing that whole standoff with him, I mean, kind of like Zach was. I was just like, really, dude? Really? Like, come on, guys. It was like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? But so going back to the end of the episode, I mean, the battle that she had, the lightsaber against the Beskar staff fight, that was really good.
Oh yeah, that was really awesome.
And I kind of felt like the styles were kind of a blend of what you saw in, let's say, the prequel trilogy and what you saw in the original trilogy, because like they were going fast, but they weren't going too fast. There was moments where they would stop and stare at each other, kind of how they would in Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. So I just thought it was a really cool way that they had their battle. What did you think about their fighting?
Just seeing this shot right here, it's like just move your right arm and slice right, or slice left.
Ah!
But I thought it was really cool. I mean, I thought it was a good pace as well.
He's like,
end of the movie, Bodom.
I mean, she's dealing with like a staff. Like, you tell me you can't like.
Yeah, it's solid metal. She can't like bend it or anything, you know, like that's Beskar.
Got you. Ah! That's how I would look if any of us were fighting. We'd be like, "Ow, damn it!" Drop the staff. I start running.
I mean, Ahsoka's fought Maul before. This should be like child's play for her, man.
I know, right? It really should. I mean, obviously at the end she killed her.
Yeah,
you don't get to see it, but she probably sliced her head off. I mean, she had the blade right there. I mean, unless she moved it somewhere else and finished her off, I doubt it. But I mean, she was pretty badass in this. And I love the white sabers. It looked so incredible in live action.
Yeah. And I love her outfit. It just in the cloak, like everything just looked amazing. Like whoever was in charge of the cosmetics and everything was really good.
Dave Filoni.
Oh, right.
He was like a little to the left, a little to the left. But Disney probably, Amec Travel Rights, Disney probably wants to get over the sequel trilogy as fast as possible. It just needs to get see, but here's the problem, though. MX, here's the problem.
We'll just need to get the flash cash one.
Here's the problem with this: is that we have this Mando universe. I'm going to call it, that they're building. The problem that I have is that somewhere down the line, the sequel trilogy is there. It's waiting for them. Yeah. It's like, hey guys, remember, I'm still here. And so as the story goes on, it may get better and better and better. Then all of a sudden you're going to go, oh shit, we're catching up to the sequel trilogy. What are we going to do?
What would be cool is if we see another transition of armor from the Imperial to not the First Order, but in between that,
Yeah, they really should. Because I mean, at this point now, it's like, how many damn stormtroopers are there? Because
right. There's so many.
These last 2 seasons, I want to say at least 500 have died. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, how many more are there? Jesus! And why are they still part of the Empire?
Why are we still doing this shit?
Why are we doing this? I can't shoot for shit. Okay, this is just stupidity, but honestly, what does their armor really do? Any blaster fire, it goes right through it and they're dead.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even work against rocks because the Ewoks do rocks on them and they were like,
hey man, they had to rebuild 2 Death Stars. They don't have the funds for better armor.
Yeah, but it's kind of I don't get what the armor does. I really don't. No, I meant the actors Ian Sackhoff, Weathers, and so on.
Okay, yeah.
Warner Herzog, notwithstanding. What?
From the comment with Favreau bringing back old characters from season 1.
Oh no, I definitely agree. I mean, I think they're doing it in a great way. Because I went back up. I thought it was after this one. I was like, what?
No.
Disney will probably interfere and make Palpatine killer so they can push the sequel trilogy. I know. Well, I mean, we did see in chapter 12, The Siege, we did see that there was cloning going on, failed cloning at that, but it looked like that was Snoke.
It looked more like Palpatine to me. We've seen Snoke clones, those in episode 9 in the yellow vats.
But yeah, so maybe it was an Emperor.
I don't think we've seen the original Snoke yet. I think we're going to see the OG Snoke pretty soon.
I think Snoke is going to get introduced in this this universe. But like I said, when does it become bigger than the Mandalorian? You know what I mean? When do you start? Are you moving too quickly? Are you moving too fast in integrating not only the characters that Dave Filoni created, but also bringing in Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, we're actually doing Star Wars all over again.
Yeah,
and we're getting the sequel series that we actually wanted to see from the start. Because I mean, I always want to know what happened right after Return of the Jedi. Yeah, and this takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. So, that's my worry. Is that I don't want the show to become bigger than Mando, but at the same time, I want to see all these characters. I want to see what's going on. So that's going to be the challenge, I think, because like I was saying before, the show is supposed to be about these two.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it doesn't get bigger than than these two. I mean, because I really enjoy seeing this show for them. I mean, what they're doing right now is amazing, but I hope it's just sprinkled in, throughout the seasons, not all at once.
Okay, yes, we saw the new Mando episode. We're talking about right now. We've been talking about it for an hour. So you didn't miss much. We missed a lot, but yeah. But no, I thought the episode was fabulous. What was your favorite part of the episode, Matt? And what was your least favorite part as well?
Okay, favorite part was her her wiping out those guys in the forest and then disappearing into the shadows. It reminded me very much of Starkiller from The Force Unleashed, not the planet. And what I disliked the most was just the cosmetic. I think she should have looked older. She looked too much like her Clone Wars self. That's my only gripe.
MX Bravo, thank you for being here. And remember to smash that like button. And guys, tweet out the link and let everybody know that we are live talking about The Mandalorian Chapter 13, The Jedi. Now, wait a minute. It was called The Jedi?
Yeah, The Jedi.
But she's not a Jedi.
Well, Mando. To her, Mando, she's a Jedi.
That's
so
true.
I guess he gets a pass. I was thinking the same thing.
A certain point of view.
Yeah.
but that's what I mean. So it's kind of like, okay, are we taking it in that literal sense, or are we saying, okay, she's a Jedi?
I think anybody with force powers, they would assume Jedi, just like the clones did. Like,
Jedi, go!
Yeah. Jedi. Order 66.
Order 66. Ahsoka looks like she was pulled right out of the animated series. Now she really does. Now, look, Matt, I understand what you mean. That yes, she did look like as AK over here saying, she does look like she was pulled right out of the animated series. I mean, without a doubt. However, I loved how she looked. I thought
I love how she looks, but it just
great.
If you're gonna make continuity, where it gets bigger and longer, then I feel like you need to commit to it, man. that's just my grip.
She's like, "What'd you say about me?"
Yeah.
But I mean, look at her. She looks incredible, though. I mean, yes,
she looks incredible.
Her dreadlocks, or whatever you want to call those, they could have been longer, but I think they were at the right length for her to have free movement.
Yeah. I think for the choreography, it had to be done like that. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd have been like it's kind of like what are they? The orangutans or whatever. When they get bigger, they have like the big flaps on the side of their faces. It's kind of that's kind of weird.
I mean, like same thing with Shakti. I mean, I think they cut out most of her scenes in episode 3, especially where Grievous killed her. There was a deleted scene for that. So, I mean, but she was more of a side character anyway. But then they showed her later on. It's the same race.
Yeah, she was on the speeder later on, and she crashed and died. That's how they ended up killing her off instead of. But I thought the other way was better. How she was captured and she's like,
yeah.
It's like, oh damn. I loved her in Clone Wars. I did too.
Yeah, 100%. She was amazing in Clone Wars.
I'm actually going to rewatch Clone Wars. You know what I don't like about Clone Wars though?
What?
I didn't like the whole like the kind of what do you call it, like that World War II style news broadcast. Like the Trade Federation is moving in, and now the Empire.
I love that, man. That guy's.
I thought that was kind of stupid. I was like, this is dumb. Like, if that was in the movie, I'd have been like, what the fuck am I watching? You know what I mean? Like, I want it to be. I don't know. I know they're trying to give it its own look.
That guy's voice is so iconic to me. It's so nostalgic for me. I love it.
It's an hour already. Damn, I know it went by pretty quick. But I mean, other than that, I mean, look, my favorite scene was. To tell you the truth, my favorite scene was the scene where she talked about Yoda. It was the one scene that evoked so much emotion, and I felt so much more. It was so much more of a compelling scene where I was just like, I don't know. It caught me off guard, and I remember thinking that I really hope she talks about Yoda, and then she talked about Yoda, and it just goes to show you that how big of a character Yoda really was. I mean, like I had a lump in my throat, I
mean, and Anakin. I mean, I like the mention
and Anakin.
That's what stood out to me the most. I was like, wow.
Yes. I was trying to find that scene too, but I couldn't find it. It's hard to find these scenes. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, come on, guys. It's only been a day that it's been released.
I know.
On top of this.
No,
do you like the name Grogu?
Oh, here it is, right here. I found it. I found it.
Question of Nick and Matt: if you are a Jedi, which color lightsaber will you want? Yellow. I'd want a yellow lightsaber.
Yellow?
I'd want
like
yellow.
Gray?
Okay, let's calm down.
Okay,
I had a yellow
right.
lightsaber before she got yellow.
Oh yeah, you beat her.
Yeah,
Blue,
I came first.
when it had the thing on there and there's batteries in it, it's blue. I went no, I'm sorry, I did green because as a kid I watched a lot of Return of the Jedi, even though I love Empire Strikes Back.
Oh yeah, I watched a lot of Return of the Jedi too. That was my favorite one. I don't know why. That was just my favorite.
What's this? Dick named Grogu or Baby Yoda or the child? I don't know. I go with this name, Baby Yoda. Like Baby Y.
He can't even say it right yet. So
I can't even say it. I keep out of Goku. This is not Dragon Ball. It's not Dragon Ball. Let's see. I love Rosario's performance. Yeah, she did an amazing job. So, guys, here is that scene that I was talking about. Let's pull it up right now. Having a second monitor is so much easier. And here's that scene that we talked about.
You cannot train him.
What? Why not? You've seen what he can do.
His attachment to you makes him vulnerable to his fears. His anger.
All the more reason to train him.
No. I've seen what such feelings can do to a fully trained Jedi Knight. To the best of us.
Why would he? Why would this guy put that in there? It's so annoying.
Mando.
I know. It's called Dark Trooper. But even that was really cool because it was like, yeah, like just the acknowledgement, like, yeah, I've seen what happens, like even to the best of us, like, and even then she had, in a sense, she had something nice to say about Anakin and who he was. Yeah. It was really sad. It's like, fuck yeah. I want to be like, I almost want to tell her like, yeah, I know, right? I was there too, not really, but I watched. That's kind of creepy. But the question I have though, and I hope we get this answer sometime, is that where has she been?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she in the original trilogy? I mean, obviously we know why, because her character didn't exist when they made those. But how are they going to explain that off? Like during the rebellion, she decided to hang back, like, oh, I'm not going to be a part of this. I'm just gonna lie low.
You guys got it from here. You got Rex on Endor.
I mean, that had to have been Rex, right?
Yeah, I thought it was confirmed. Is it still a rumor?
I don't know. I think it's confirmed. He looks. I mean, it's obviously. I mean, it makes more sense that it was him, even though that was by chance. That was just by luck.
Yeah.
That guy looks like him. Yeah, that's it. So I'd love to know what happened to Ahsoka during that time, just to kind of round things out. But so here's my thing, you guys. If we do get a Ahsoka-tan series. A series in which follows her character's storyline with Sabine when they go look for Ezra out in deep space, wherever the hell they went with the space whales. Do you want to see that storyline? And if they do that storyline, do you think it'd be a good idea? Because I think it would be a good idea to have that story interact with the original characters during the original trilogy. So yes. I think that would be so kick ass. And
if you want to connect everything, then yes, I'd say go for it.
Well, and we did see, so the first time we ever saw this type of story or this type of thing being done was during the N64 days when we had I forgot the name of the Star Wars game for the 64. Dark Shadows? No,
Dark Troop? No, Dark Forces? No.
Was it Dark Forces? Geeks Cosmics, help me out here. I know you know this. It's on Nintendo. Oh, I'll look it up myself. the chat's like not even moving.
I played Dark Forces. That's what I played. Oh, my dad gave me.
He gave you?
Yeah.
Your father wanted you to have this when you were old enough.
Yeah. It was my initiation into Star Wars.
Yeah, you're like, what is this? Oh, Shadows of the Empire.
Ah.
So that was the first time that we saw a way that they were able to integrate the storyline where you had, so in Shadows of the Empire, you had a separate characters that were interacting with the original characters at the same time. And in this storyline took place in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So I don't know if it's still canon or not, but I think that's what you can do with this with an Ahsoka Tano series, is that you can have it take place in between, or just like during the original trilogy, but happening like on a separate storyline, but she still has interactions with Han Solo, with Princess Leia, with Luke Skywalker. Now, would it be cheesy? Would it be like, I don't know, buddy, if let's say you had Han Solo show up and he was played by the same actor who played him in Solo?
Gosh, oh man.
Do you go that route, or do you try and convince Harrison Ford to come back, or do you try and
He's not coming back.
He's not going to come back.
He's never coming back.
or do you just recast an older actor to play him, or do you just take the same actor you had in Solo and say, hey, bring him over to this?
You'd have to take the Solo actor, but I don't think she'd ever meet Han.
My headphones died.
Okay.
All of a sudden it went silent. I was like, wait, what's going on? But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think she'd ever meet Solo. I think she'd meet Luke and maybe Leia before anyone else. If I'm being honest.
I think Han would be the hardest character to bring back.
I mean, you wouldn't need him back anyway for Ahsoka. I think Ahsoka would talk to Luke and Leia, if anything. That's it.
Yeah. But I think what you can do is, if you have a scene with Leia that you can easily be like, like, what's that? Like, else someone goes over and goes, Leia, you have a message, or you have a communication, and you would have Han come up in like a hologram. Like, how's it going? You know what I mean? And
that'd probably be the closest thing we'd get to it.
Yeah. And then you'd be like, oh my God, there he is. Like, how's it going over there?
Yeah, his back
good, but
we don't see his face.
Yeah, or you see his face, but he's a hologram, so he'd be easier.
To deep fake.
Yeah, to deep fake. Yeah, and then somebody can do his voice. I mean, you can find somebody.
There's already somebody that can. I'm surprised they never casted him for.
Oh yeah, that guy exactly. Yeah. So
that guy's amazing.
You could do that, right? But I strongly believe that if they're going to revitalize this entire Star Wars universe, I think that this was the first step in a huge direction, in the right direction. And I think that now you have the ability to bring back Luke Skywalker, bring back Princess Leia, bring back these characters that we all grew up and fell in love with. And now we get to see them again. And now you can use them sparingly in the Mandalorian series and have them come back for an episode here and there. Or you can, do whatever the hell you want at this point. But I think that this is where you have to kind of hit the reset button and focus on this storyline. But what I hope they don't do, this is the one thing I hope that they don't do, is I really hope that they do not get greedy to the point where they say, let's just do something where all of a sudden we've created our own timeline, a separate timeline from the sequel trilogy. If they do that, I'm not going to be happy, because it's like, come on, look, you can't just do that now. You know what I mean?
I mean, they got a lot of years. I hope because they're far back from the sequel trilogy. They're like what, 25 years, right?
25 years. And
so let's just explore that. I don't want to go too far.
Because really, if you look at the series, I mean, how long has it really been? It's probably only been like a couple of months.
Yeah, not long at all. Because there's no growth in the child. The child is the same freaking everything.
and not to mention, you have Tamara Morrison as Boba Fett. So, if you're Disney, do you invest in a Boba Fett series?
Oh man, I'd love to have a Boba Fett series, but I think that would take away from Mando. The only reason why
they're gonna have two Mandalorians.
I would like to see since they canceled a prequel game to Boba Fett, I want to see a series of prequel Boba Fett.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a better deal, and you could still bring Tamora back because there's clones. There could be older clones. You could bring Tamora back to
that. And the other question too is that, do you think that Boba Fett was a teaser for the next season? That's when he's really going to come back, is in season 3.
It could be.
I just don't see how his character is going to come back into the fold now the story has moved forward. I don't see where he comes in again. But I mean, anything can happen.
I mean, he's dressed as a Tusken Raider. He can disrupt the peace that they have with the Raiders and the people. And then some distress signal goes out. I mean, there's many ways they could do it. It's just he might be for the next season or the end of this season. It'd have to be next season because he's making his way closer and closer to Mando as the seasons go by.
I think Disney will kill Ahsoka Tano because she was a Force ghost in The Rise of Skywalker.
They got plenty of time to kill her.
They have plenty of time to kill her.
Yeah.
So that's another good point. If they kill her at the end of the season, I think that they will be rushing to do that. Like, all right, now kill her. And then you're like, oh, crap. This happened 25 years before the Force Awakens.
Bo-Katan, no. Everybody's just dying.
Everyone's dead. Hey, there's Sabine. Oh, she's dead.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Bat Dan? He's on break. Just want to say hi. Right on, Bat Dan. Hondo, I don't know. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see Hondo, but I don't know if I can deal with Hondo on multiple episodes. He was really getting annoying in the animated series, but I mean, it would be cool to see him though. I think so. Kill off Mando Brian. No, Reese, God damn it. You can't do that. You can't kill off Mando and then replace him with Boba Fett. I mean, you can, but that's not going to happen. There's no way that's going to happen. Unless, what's his name? Pedro Pascal is like, I'm done with this show. And they're like, all right, let's kill him off.
Yeah.
Since he's not a true Mandalorian. Wait a minute.
The Mandalorian question mark because he's not a true Mandalorian.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not a true Mandalorian. He's a clone. 29 years later, Ahsoka and the others will give a TED talk to Rey before killing Palpatine. No, so I think that obviously, yeah, Ahsoka's gonna die. But I think that this is I think they're gonna build this up something much more grand, and she eventually, yeah, she's gonna die. But like
or they'll come up with some BS of force projection of her communicating to Rey. Who knows?
Yeah,
hopefully she dies. She doesn't outlive to live with Rey.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if she's alive? And
that'd be too
Rey?
long.
Like what? And her tentacles are still the same length.
Yeah, same freaking length.
It wouldn't make any sense. I'd be like, "What the hell's going on here?" Oh my God! So now that we're kind of on the end of the show here, we know this. We know that there is there are other Jedi out there. But if we go back to what Yoda said, he said, "When I die, the last of the Jedi you will be." So was she talking about other Force users, or was she saying was she softly referencing Luke Skywalker? I think that like the mother of all callback characters in the entire Star Wars universe is Luke Skywalker. I mean, he is the ultimate callback because he was in the original trilogy and that came out back when it did. And then you saw what they were able to do in the prequel trilogy and you saw what they can do in the sequel trilogy in terms of special effects and all that stuff. It begs, it begs the question, what could they do with a younger Luke Skywalker? Like, what could we see him do in terms of like using the Force, using the lightsaber, interacting with people and having more storyline, having more content with Luke Skywalker? I think that they have to, and I think that they've already began to look at the possibilities of what can we do to expand Luke Skywalker's character. Because I think that would be the next step if you really want to like just hit a home run when it comes to Star Wars, that you bring back Luke Skywalker.
I wonder if the kid will be a part of that temple with Luke, and then the temple burns in the sequel. I mean, I don't know. I've always been thinking too. About that.
I mean, sequel trilogy is kind of like, I don't know why they had to like make all of them like losers. Yeah, yeah. I really hated that, but we'll find out. And you guys join us next week on Friday morning, Friday morning at 12 a.m. Pacific time for the Mandalorian watch party. It's going to be episode 13. Episode 15. I'm sorry. Oh, I cut out too, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I know. I think someone's streaming again. Okay, so yeah, episode 14 next week. It should be a lot of fun. Matt will be there, I think.
Yes.
Matt will be there. Brian, Master of None, will be there as well. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And we'll see where the story takes us. I mean, at the end of the story, he's trying to get to Tython to take him to this old Jedi temple.
Yes.
Obviously, at this point now, we know that Moff Gideon will probably look to intercept them. And I would imagine that
with Beskar armored dark troopers.
And I would imagine that when they are confronted by them, that he will find support by Bo-Katan and her Mandalorians. And I honestly think that Ahsoka is going to show up
out of nowhere.
Yeah,
from the shadows.
Bam! She's like, "What? You want some of this?"
Did you notice that? Did you notice the owl in the tree from the Clone Wars or from Rebels rather?
Rebels, yeah.
I
thought about that.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
See if you noticed that.
Or did Yoda mean that Luke was the last Jedi to die? I don't know.
I think Luke was the last trained Jedi. I mean, he wasn't talking about Force users because Leia was a Force. I mean, she's Force sensitive, but she's not a Jedi.
I think Moff Gideon will take her blood for his army of Force sensitive troopers since he kept a tracker on Mando's ship. That would be horrible. If to know that Ahsoka dies and he takes your blood and makes Force sensitive troopers, it's like, oh god. That'd be horrible.
They already did that in Force Unleashed. Keep it there. Keep it there.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be Force sensitive troopers. But I think that if you have troopers that are with Beskar armor, because he's trying to create an army or a squad that can take on Mando and other Jedi. So
and they already again showed us that they can withstand lightsaber hits.
Yeah,
even shots from the stormtroopers when they were finally hitting Mando and on that ship.
Just like grenades, Maybe next episode will be a side quest. I hope not. I mean, I think we're beyond level 2 and level 3 where we can start going on to the story now. It's like
we're finally geared up, man. We got the spear. Let's go.
Yeah, we got the spear. We're at experience level 30. I think we're ready to go now. I hope not. Geeks, thank you for being here. Yeah, we're about to end the show anyhow. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I had a lot of fun talking with Matt and talking with you guys about the Mandalorian episode 13 or chapter 13, I should say, the Jedi. It opened up a lot of doors for the Star Wars universe, and I think that with this episode, the way it was done, I think that there was so many more possibilities for where you can go with the Star Wars universe, not just with the show and the storyline. It just opened the door for everything, which I was really, really excited about. AK writes, they showed black troopers in the previous episode, and they are attempting Force sensitive army but failed with Baby Yoda's blood. I don't know if that's what they were doing though.
They're attempting to bring back Palpatine. That's what they're trying to do, and they're trying to hide it. That's why they're shooting everything. The black troopers are robots. Those are dark troopers. Those are big dark troopers.
But they're trying to bring back Palpatine, but that's why they were trying to destroy it because they were like they don't want anyone to find out about it.
They didn't. Damn it. He said, but they made Snoke. We have to find the host. Because they haven't found a suitable host yet. That's why they're trying to get Baby Yoda. They think that he is a suitable host to begin experimentation on for this cloning process.
Well, but they were taking his blood. Remember, they're like, we can only take a small amount of his blood before.
Because he's so tiny or whatever.
Yeah, so they were using his blood to try and put it into another being. I don't know.
I guess because he's really I don't know.
Yeah, he's very Force sensitive, so they're trying to infuse that into another being, so that they are Force sensitive. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Palpatine doesn't want to be a small person. He's like, no, I don't want to be that small.
Yeah.
you gotta put me in a taller man.
Yeah.
I would never that small.
Snoke.
Yeah, put me in a tall Snoke or a body that looks just like mine. What do I pay you for? You know, I don't know, but we'll find out soon enough. So, guys, tune in next week when we go live watching Mandalorian Chapter 14 on the Mandalorian Watch Party right here on the Nicotina Show's Midnight Run. Matt will be there. Brian Master from them will be there, and we will have a great time. Matt, thank you for being here and talking with me about this. It was a lot of fun. I talked to your dad for like an hour about about the sequel trilogy and how we hated it. And
oh gosh, if I were there.
Supposedly he was at work, so
God,
I don't know how that works.
So he was even more pissed.
Yeah.
That's funny.
See you at the watch party. AK, I'll see you at the watch party as well. Bye. And then I will be back on. I might do a show tomorrow night, Saturday night. Depends on what I have going on at home. Otherwise, I'll be back on Monday night for the midnight run. And remember, as always, from now on at least, you can find me along with Ryan, which is Matt's dad, on the 4 Nerds Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube. And the show jumps from channel to channel to channel. Now we will have our inaugural episode on my channel as well. That's coming up, I think, in a few weeks. So we'll let you guys know when that happens. The next episode of the 4 Nerds will air on Thursday, December 3rd, with a really, really amazing guest. We haven't fully announced it yet, but it's been confirmed. I can just say it right now. We're gonna have Chris Wong on the show, so that should be a lot of fun. And we have more and more guests lined up for the entire month. It's gonna be a blast. A lot of cool things are happening this month, guys. So stay tuned. Definitely follow us on Twitter. Matt, where can they follow you?
Mad Matt Vids. It's over here.
Yeah, right.
Everywhere on
there.
all social platforms. That is the name. And also, 4 Nerds should have a new intro by Thursday because I should be done with it by tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
so,
I know. I didn't even know there was gonna be a new intro.
Oh yeah. Nerdy wanted me to make a cooler one, so. it's almost done. It's getting there. It's just the old man keeps telling me, "Oh, that's perfect." Oh, what? I didn't like that. It's a never-ending process.
Oh my god! So how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that?
I don't. I stay away from him. I try to work as independent as I can. He slows me down, especially when it comes to videos.
Oh my god, he's so critical.
Yeah. He'll tell me he loves it, and then he's like, "Oh, I didn't like that." Like, what? I asked you the first time, and he said he loved it.
Yeah, I know, and he just he can't help himself.
Yeah, nope.
No, he can't. He just
nothing's perfect.
Nothing is ever perfect. The only thing that's perfect is The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
and that's it. All right, you guys. We will see you. I'll definitely see you Monday night, and we will see you again next week for the Mandalorian Watch Party. Right here on the Midnight Run, and that'll be at Thursday or I should say Friday morning, or I don't like saying Friday morning, but technically it's Friday morning at 12 a.m. Pacific time. That's when the show, see you later if you're Jason. That's when the show premieres. And until then, we will see you guys. Where is it? Here it is.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. We'll see you guys next time.